morning everybody, Mike from FisherMN here. We are at the lake, as you can see, early. Sun's coming up behind me. We're at a place I haven't been for a couple of years. You're kind of hearing that a lot this year. Actually, at this moment, in the summer of 2025, I'm on lake number 15, I believe. So hopefully you've been watching some videos and noticing some new lakes and new places. That's been kind of my goal this year. But we have to visit some that have been successful in the past also. So I'm walking down to the landing right now. We're going to check out the lake. Sorry about kind of being shadowy here. I'm going to try to fix it when I edit the video. Well, let's see what we're looking at here. We are at a lake that's connected to a river. So I can tell already everything is up. We've got a beautiful calm morning to start out with. Looks like the weather's going to be okay today. If you've never seen one of these big contraptions here behind me, this is a machine that they use to get some of the milfoil out of a lake. And I remember it was here the last time. So we've got a creek that goes back out of the lake this way. We've got a bay here, and then we got the main lake and an island we fished last time. You know what? There's only one way to find out what's in here. Let's go fishing. Alright, we are on the water. Talked to a super nice couple as I'm getting on the water here. Always great to meet people who like to get out fishing early too. Got a couple of missions right off the bat here. So always trying for a landing monster. Look at that, we're right by the landing here. That's mission number 1. Mission number 2 is catch a bass on this lake. I've been to this lake a few times and I've never caught a bass. And what's interesting about that is it's one of the only species I haven't caught on this lake. It's a lake connected to a river system. And let me tell you, there's a little bit of everything in here. And that's what we're gonna go for today. We're gonna go for a little bit of everything. Let's see if we can't find a couple of monsters along the way. So on this lake, I have caught a northern walleye, sunfish, crappie, perch, freshwater drum, catfish, and a big old sturgeon. So this is definitely the body of water I've caught the most different types of fish on. I would love to add a few species today. Let's see, we could still catch a bowfin. There's muskies in here, possibly rock bass. Let's see what we can do. So that's another goal today, is to add to the species list. I remember right, the last time I came here, it was pretty green in this area. Not too green today. So we'll just kind of run and gun and hit all these little pad areas. Alright, the neat thing is, right off these lily pads, it's pretty cleared out. So I'm going to turn around and kind of go back up and see if a chatterbait can bring something up. We've got our thunder cricket on today. The black and blue fleck power stinger off the back. Go right to the edge. There's a fish. God. All right, we got another species. If I can get it in. Oh my goodness. We don't have another species. You know, when you're casually bass fishing, why not catch a big old walleye? No wonder nothing was hitting a frog. Look at that fish. Beautiful walleye to start the day. Lily pad walleye. Unbelievable. I saw it and I thought probably a dogfish. I didn't expect a walleye to be around here. But you know what? That's the magic of our bladed jig. All right, I tried a few frog casts in this great looking area. Nothing. So we'll just buzz this thunderbait right on the edge of the lily pads. Shout out to Thorn Brothers in my area. A couple of trips ago, I got my line caught in a tree and my kayak was drifting and I ripped 3 guides off of this Mojo yak rod from St. Croix, and they had it fixed within 5 days for me, and I thought it was pretty reasonable. It was like 24 bucks to get it fixed. So thanks Thorn Brothers, good fast turnaround time. Fish on. All right, we got our first bass. Let's get it in. Looks like a decent one. We'll net it. There we go. Another species on this lake. How about that? That is a nice chunky bass. I found that most of the fish on this lake are pretty healthy. All right. Well, there's one mission accomplished. Another species in the boat, which you would think would be about the easiest species for me because that's pretty much what I do. I bass fish. But we finally got that one in the boat. Let's see if we can get a couple more. Kind of came in to try the docks, but threw that one out a little bit. It's just kind of this row of clumpy little weeds. And then it's clear on this side and clear on that side. Should be some fish working right along it. I don't know if this is the one, but I saw a fish kind of scattering. All right. Another bass, future 20-incher. It says moving, I kind of saw the water moving. So I thought, oh, I'll throw one in front of wherever that's moving to. Not sure if that was a fish, but it was a fish and we caught it. All right, thank goodness and darn. Had a huge hit right by the boat. The fish almost ripped the rod out of my hand. That's the good news. Bad news is it didn't stick. And the other bad news was that the camera wasn't on. So now that we got the camera on, let's get it again. Gotta kind of experiment. Even when the fish are biting, there might be something that they want even more. We'll do a few more with the black and blue and maybe put on a favorite electric shad or something. All right, let's ring the dinner bell. Look at that ugly thing. See if we can get one of these big fish to bite. Something on the surface. All right, we'll keep this one ready. Let's go back to what was working. I am hoping for this overcast to last today. There's a fish. Pulling us a little bit. What do we got? Oh, we got something that's really pulling us. All right. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. We got ourselves a big old drum. I've caught a drum on this lake before, but that's a bigger one. All right, Mr. Drum. There we go. 4 catches, 3 different species. Yeah, you usually don't fish areas without weeds, but this is just a flat and there's groups of bait fish around. So fun first area. Walleye, bass, drum. You just can't beat these water systems that are connected to rivers. You just don't know what you're gonna get. I'm hoping for a big catfish today. I tell you, nothing pulls like a big old catfish. All right, we are headed to the island. I'll see you when we get there. All right, here we go. Time to throw our jig out there. See some marks right below me. Let's see what we got for panfish working here today. Oh my goodness, it's starting again. Panfish expert Chad and I were out a couple of days ago fishing a local lake for some panfish. And all they did was rip off every gulp tail we had pretty much. That first bite, what did it do? Ripped off the gulp tail. It's like the fish have been taught how to bite the gulp. There we go. Fish on. Come in like a crappie. You got a little crappie. Quad species angler. Ooh. What do we got here? Something that's coming with us, but now it's not. Well, let's go with another drum. There we go. Boy, they do fight. That's pretty fun. So my biggest fish on this lake actually came on my other ultralight pole. My buddy and I were fishing. We weren't catching much. All of a sudden I hooked into the sea monster. We were in my boat. And oh my goodness, that thing fought and fought and fought. It was a big old sturgeon. And I had it hooked kind of under the fin. So I guess not exactly a legal catch, but still fun to bring in. Seeing a ton of marks down there. There we go. Nice little thump. And a walleye. The walleye. DNR survey wasn't super positive about walleyes in this lake, but it seems like I get some every time I come. So with the panfish jig, we got a crappie, we got a drum, and we got a walleye. With the bladed jig, we got a drum, a walleye, and a couple of bass. All right, I don't even want to guess what this is. Wow. There was another walleye. Got off right by the boat. There we go. All right. Look at that. That is a dark bluegill. Beautiful. Got that blue on it. All right, another species. All right, finding some here. This one feels pretty good. Pretty good. Look at that. Nice gill. Let's see if we can get a quick measure on it. About 8. There we go, fish. Oh, there's the perch. There we go. Ooh. That's going to be a big one if it's a bluegill. There we go. Nice fish. Oh, there we go. Hey. Got another drum. There we go. Here's another one of those sunfish that are really dark in color. Look at those fins. Man, that's a pretty fish. Time to triple check the weather. The wind has shifted. And there are some storms in the direction of the wind. However, it shows that they are falling apart before they get here. So in the blink of an eye, it went from just a calm morning, beautiful overcast. Well, now the wind has shifted, and within just a couple of minutes, we got some pretty big waves coming in. So there's an area here I want to fish, but you know what? That wind is building. Let's get over to the safer side of the lake. I was catching some fish over there anyhow. Let's play it safe. All right, glad we got the rain gear on. Whew! FisherMN here. I am off the water, and you can see it is downpouring. I was stupid today. I had a chance to get off the lake. It started kind of sprinkling. I heard some rumbles in the distance, and usually that's my sign, get off the lake. There's always tomorrow to fish. Today I thought, well, it's light in front of me. I'll be okay. I'll just tell you, always be safe. I couldn't let this video go without saying, be careful. When there's a storm in the area, always, 1, trust your instincts, and 2, most of us now have ways to check the weather. On the day that you're seeing this video, I did check the weather. I'm pretty good about that. Thank goodness I was more than halfway across the lake, and it's a pretty big body of water, and the wind changed. And as soon as that wind changed and it started blowing pretty hard, I started going back towards the landing. In fact, I stopped about halfway and I looked at the radar. It's nice to be able to do that on your phone. The radar showed that everything was going to be well north of where I was. But as I was heading back to the landing and fishing, I did hear some thunder. And my rule is get off the lake if you hear thunder. And I know that can be that can seem a little bit too safe, but you know what? I'd rather be too safe than have something bad happen. So I should have trusted when I heard that lightning, should have been off the lake. You can always go back to the car and regroup, maybe wait it out a little bit and see how it's gonna go. This day I got lucky. I didn't trust my instincts, and I had that very tough situation where a lightning strike hit pretty close to me. I know sometimes you only have that 1 or 2 days to fish during the week, but you know what? Think about the bigger picture. Get off the water, be safe, wait it out, and there'll always be another time to fish. You probably knew all that. I knew that, but I kind of forgot this day, so I just thought I'd throw this reminder in. Hope you're getting out there fishing. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll see you on the next one.